It's the time for questions remaining. If we don't reach your question in time, a written response will be sent to you. Councillor Hull, I believe this is the first question, which is a question from Councillor Heather. Councillor Hull.
Thank you for your question, Councillor Heather. We are certainly aware of the growing drug-related issues around the wider Finsbury Park area, and recently undertook detailed analysis with the Met, Haringey Council and Hackney Council to understand the true nature and scale of the problem. This included collating evidence from research, from councillors such as yourself, from residents, from businesses and from colleagues. The results of this analysis were presented to senior leaders from the police and all three councils, and it was agreed that the police would lead a tri-borough multi-agency partnership response with our active support. As a result, last month, Islington Police Superintendent Nick Davis chaired a meeting with his equivalents from Hackney and Haringey, alongside heads of community safety and enforcement services from each of the three boroughs. A partnership plan of action was drawn up with lead officers from all sides. The plan has two primary prongs. First, the further development of our intelligence picture around the drugs markets in the area, which the police are leading. And second, monthly days of action where partners from all three boroughs will carry out joint visits, inspections and patrols in the area, led by the community safety team here in Islington. The first of these days of action was today. It has involved visits to local businesses to offer reassurance and advice, promoting antisocial behaviour services, British Transport Police activity at Finsbury Park Station, compliance work on littering and fly tipping, support for those with substance abuse problems through Better Lives, support for street homelessness people through Street Link, early morning outreach by St Mungo's, licensing visits, 13 park guard weapon sweeps, promotion of our safe haven scheme, extra CCTV coverage, visits from trading standards and environmental health, including issuing penalty fixed notices, and police enforcement activity, including 13 stops and searches in areas where drug dealing has been taking place, including, for instance, the confiscation of this knife around the back of Morrison's, an area where drug dealing is known to take place, as we heard indeed from a resident of the Nag's Head earlier this evening. On top of this, the police have deployed additional resources to the area until further notice to tackle the issues we raised day in, day out, such as the two extra PCs recently assigned to the Safe Neighbourhood team in Ivory West. You and other local councillors and residents, myself included, have pushed these issues high up the agendas of all three boroughs and the Met Police, and we are now seeing concrete action in response.
Give us a supplementary, Councillor.
Mr Mayor, thanks for that answer from Councillor Hull. I do really appreciate what's been done. It wasn't only me that raised this issue, it was a number of residents and, as you say, various other people. It is a very worrying problem. It's really good to see that we are adopting a more strategic approach to this and joined up way of trying to actually map out what the problem is and start trying to do our best to solve that problem. However, what we know is from the Council Policy and Performance Committee is where the police gave evidence is that there is an issue with police resourcing. And since 2010, under the Tory government, we've lost 300 police officers, isn't it? That isn't helping the situation. We need adequate numbers of police, but I do thank what we're doing. All I would say is we do agree that we need to keep up the pressure on senior police officers to make sure that it's given the priority, because the other thing about drug dealing is there is a relationship between that and violent crime. And of course we know that as a head problem in our borough. So thank you for everything that you've done on this council whole. So really supplementaries is, will we, do you agree that we need to keep up the pressure on the police and keep working on this area? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr Mayor, and thank you, Gary. I've never seen the Met more stretched. I've worked really closely with it for 15 years, and it's like this council, breaking point. It can't cover all the bases, and it's really from pillar to post. However, it's important that the Met understands at the highest levels of Scotland Yard the pronounced concern being felt by residents, not just of Islington, but right across London, at this upturn of drug-related offending. There's loads of new crack coming into London, and you can see it on too many of our street corners, and residents won't put up with it, and the Met needs to understand that. And I think you're dead right that everyone from the Commissioner down within the Metropolitan Police Service needs to understand that residents do not believe that this drug-related offending and the violence by which the police are concerned are included. They're two parts of the same problem, and if we turn a blind eye to the supposedly low-level drug dealing on our streets, saying that in every available opportunity, both officers like Leslie and members like myself and Richard and Joe, meeting after meeting, and I think because we're speaking with one voice alongside colleagues from across London, we're beginning to be heard.
Thank you both. The next question is from Councillor Graham to Councillor Corey. Can I remind you these questions are on page 31? Councillor Delory.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Chair. I'm sorry you were so cruelly cut off by the clerk last time on this important topic. So, Islington performed better than the national picture for fixed-term exclusion of children who have SEND support, and actually better for children with the education and health care plan, where our trend is downward. The same is also the case for permanent exclusion, where our numbers are very low, as I wrote in the letter last time. There's also been a court ruling in August this year, which has made it clear that schools have to make sure that they make appropriate adjustments for children with SEND before they can resort to exclusion. And that means that kids can't be excluded for behaviour which is as a result of their disabilities. This is discriminatory. So we're confident that in Islington we challenge our schools about that when we think that there's a problem, and we always want to hear from parents where they feel that there is an issue that affects their child and that they're not being treated fairly. I think one thing that helps in Islington is that the parents groups we have are really mobilised. So we have a SEND parents network who have their own charter that sets out how they want schools to work with them. And they delivered a session to Islington head teachers briefing just last week, and it was very well received. The scrutiny committee under Teresa's leadership will be reporting in March next year, following a detailed review of local practice on their scrutiny. So we'll have a wider picture around permanent exclusion, fixed-term exclusion. But I repeat that if any parent feels that their child is being treated in a discriminatory way by an Islington school because of their SEND status, they should always come to us and we can work hard to resolve that.
Councillor.
Thanks for that reply, and to be replies the question I tried to ask last time. Just to clarify, on that call group we were talking about, that only applies to kids who are already diagnosed. So they can be permanently excluded or treated badly if they have been diagnosed. The question I was asking originally, and asking again, about kids who haven't been diagnosed. You said that our schools are doing their best to identify children with special needs. Unfortunately, this doesn't seem to be the experience of a lot of parents and learning professionals I've spoken to following our school council when this became public. I've heard a lot of frustrating stories from families who feel their children are being thrown and scrappy in schools, apparent requests for good offspring results. Now, this is their sayings, and this is why I keep repeatedly get told. Last week, and I'll be repeating this with permission of parents, I was given a copy of the Education Healthcare Assessment Advice Board that's been written for a 17-year-old from my ward who was temporarily excluded from one of our secondary schools and sent to alternative provision, then on returning to mainstream education, very quickly permanently excluded. The education psychologist who wrote the advice form wrote, and I quote, and I'll refer to the person as X, X has had a difficult, disruptive experience of secondary education with time spent at alternative provision from year 9 onwards. Reflecting on this time, it appears that her needs were not understood at secondary school, and that as a result, staff formed an impression of her that meant she was not able to show her best self and thrive in this setting. She continues, her experience of feeling let down and not understood by adults in her school and college placements mean that it's much harder for her to trust adults that they genuinely care about her and will provide consistent support. This can put all her placements at risk of breaking down. The difficult, disruptive experience of secondary education means she is underachieving greatly. This comes back to early intervention to prevent kids getting involved in crime. What I'd like to see is there's been a recent report saying that all the healthcare professionals should have autism awareness training. I'd love to see that for education.
Sorry, I've been a bit indulgent, but that's very well. And I mean, the general thing, what's completely supplementary question, but it was a wonderful contribution. Thank you. Would you like to respond?
Yeah, thanks, Phil. I think I'd repeat that if parents have particular issues with the school that aren't being resolved in a fair way by the governing body, my door is always open, and I like to hear from parents who are having those issues so I can directly challenge schools that have done so in the past and then again. I think permanent exclusion for any child, regardless of any disability they have, is a traumatic event. It's maybe one of the defining moments of their lives. And every school should do everything they can to keep children in mainstream education. And a big part of that is understanding the whole child. And one thing that I found interesting as we look more at permanent exclusion is the way that without a proper understanding of what each child is bringing with them into the school, it's possible for a school to punish a child for persistent defiance under those labels for behaviour effectively, which can just accumulate to the point where governors are presented with a permanent exclusion pack and they feel that they've got no option but to back the determination made by the head. And that can happen in any circumstance without any disability status whatsoever. And what I think is really fantastic is that our scrutiny committee are getting right under the skin of that. They're talking to head teachers about it. They're getting into the detail. A parallel scrutiny is happening in Hackney. There's also one happening in Lewisham and Harringay as well. So we have the opportunity to gather together all of that information and make sure that if young people are not being treated fairly or are being discriminated against because of an undiagnosed disability, then we remedy that. I think it's tough for the schools because they are woefully under-resourced by central government to do all of this work. But we have to make sure that the level of demand is so clear for services that demand has to be met. And where we don't have sufficient funding coming through from central government, and there is a national funding crisis around SEN, that we integrate that into our political campaign.
So, just a minor announcement, there's a bright light there, which is, we have laser making you talk to us about.
Great question.
Councillor Cone-Straw.